Tempo has reached critical level. Tempo has reached critical level.
I'm asking one question. Why?
This is not puffery or conspiracy. This is fact. The media industry in the United States is owned by a small handful of large companies. These media conglomerates contribute to a phenomenon known as media consolidation. Years and years of mergers and acquisitions have led to fewer and fewer individuals with an active voice in the media. Companies such as Viacom, Comcast, the News Corporation, CBS Corporation, and Time Warner have control over most of what we see and hear. Please join us in not being blinded by the light.
Prior to this class, I thought that everything was being given to me like on a silver platter, spoon-fed, and clearly that's not the truth. Through this class, I've realized that literally everything we see and everything we hear is half the truth.
So I used to think that looking at like 3 different sources meant that I knew exactly what was going on and I had all these different perspectives on the news. But then I found out that every source that I looked at was owned by the exact same company. So I think it's really important to look at, big scale blogs, small scale blogs, all these different news stations, just to kind of get a more well-rounded picture of what's actually happening in the news, and so you don't just get one person's perspective.
I'm asking one question. Why?
Literacy is the condition and the quality of being able to read, write, and understand messages. Today, we're both literate and literate at the same time. It is because mass media is owned by conglomerates that manage all the messages that we consume. In order to be critical thinkers, we need to come up with a way to demand that mass media provide us with messages that will improve society, not create just business synergy in order to be able to push their products and brands.
The reason I chose this course is because I think nowadays what we learn, what we watch, and what we heard is not that so true. We need to find the answer by ourselves, and this course helps us to become a critical thinker.
Hey guys, I'm here to talk today about media literacy. I had no idea that today in the United States we have censorship. When I think of censorship, I think of, Cuba with a dictator or some kind of communist regime. But, censorship is very present today in the United States. And I'm horrified that we can't receive information that will help us or protect our own lives. For example, I was reading an article about cell phones, and the data that are being studied on cell phones are being produced by the big telephone industry. So of course they wouldn't release harmful information because they're in for the profit. So I just want you guys to realize the dangers we have in media today, and I hope you pay more attention.
Why do corporations own the media? Why do we choose to accept this? And how can we think that this is an accurate portrayal of our reality? The world we live in, the United States of America, at least my world, is a democracy. But how can we call this a democracy when we aren't even in charge of choosing those who represent the world that we live in, the news that we see, the media that we read, the TV that we watch? I want us to fight back and ask why. I also want us to understand the world that we live in. We need to search for the truth of our reality. And we can't do that by sitting around watching news that's just about a squirrel who's able to water ski. It's our job as citizens to search for a truth, to search for a news outlet or many news outlets that give us a better representation of where we are, the world we live in, what's happening. Because we can't move forward if we don't have a foundation of what we know what's going on. So I ask you to search. Be an active listener. Be an active citizen. And let us be media literate in a world that needs more people like us.